What's up, everybody? We're going to attempt to solve connections for Monday, July 21. Okay, here we go. Freezing, foot, extra, contraction, okay, contraction, melting, regifting, vaporization. Wow, these are really, I like it when it's sort of like all over the place because I think it sort of gives you a better chance to figure out what's going on. Whereas yesterday's, everything was sort of like, I don't know. They were all of roughly the same length words, and it's harder to manage them sometimes. Anyways, vaporization, gravy. Now watch, I'm going to fail because I, sort of anti-jinxed it. Quote, Festivus. Okay. Festivus and regifting, I think, might go together because they sort of sound like things you do at Christmas. Possessive, icing, shrinkage, condensation, bonus, yada yada. So freezing, melting, condensation. Icing's a little cute. They're trying to be cute there. I don't think that would work. Freezing point, melting point, condensation, and vaporization. There you go. I think that's correct. These would be physical states of matter. Phase transitions for liquids. Okay, I think mine is. I think we're fine. I think that catches the spirit of it. All right, not bad. We get a green out of the way. Do we still have the Christmas stuff? Regifting and Festivus? Sort of. You can get a little extra, a little icing, a little bonus, and a little gravy. This would be a little, an add-on. Kind of like extra compensation. Okay. I knew that would be yellow. That's very easy. Okay, now, here we go. Possessive. We got it. Possessive, quote, foot, contraction. These would all be literary terms. And then just double check though. Festivus, yada yada, shrinkage, and regifting. Those all definitely sound like, okay, we'll figure that out. But I'm pretty sure this is good. These are literary terms. A quote, a foot. Let me just see if I can refine that though. A contraction, a quote, a foot, and possessive. Oh, no. We need to refine that, right? If I just said literary terms, that would be kind of weak. These are all literary devices, per se, that require an apostrophe. That, I think, is going to absolutely crush this. What can... Oh, yeah, there it is. Look, little apostrophe, okay? I think we're good. That symbol, which I think you called the apostrophe symbol, right? Indicates all four of those. Perfect. Now this one is interesting. I mean, regifting and Festivus, yada yada, and shrinkage. These are all just cute little expressions that have come along due to the holidays. Are these like holiday related expressions? But I feel like they were kind of popular, especially like in the 90s. Let's just say something like Christmas holiday related expressions, but maybe possibly from a little like the 90s or something. Concepts from Seinfeld. Oh, shoot. Ah, man. In the back of my mind, I almost had that because I'm pretty sure I remember that yada yada did come from Seinfeld. I did not know that any of the other three came from Seinfeld. That's absolutely incredible to show how influential that show was. However, having said that, guys, don't worry, I'm not going to accept a point. But I was right about one thing. Seinfeld definitely was at its prime in the 90s. So that's why I kind of felt like those were from the 90s. So I got that part right, but obviously Seinfeld is like, that's part and parcel to getting it correct. And so, but I think we did okay. We'll accept 3 full points. My system of scoring, if you guys want to participate, it's slightly more complicated than Doug's, but not much. So just like Doug, he gives himself a full point if he gets the title correct, which is very important, right? So we get 3 for that. I think that's fair. And then he doesn't keep track of the number of guesses. So, for instance, yesterday, poor Doug did fail the puzzle. So he did get 1 point because I think he got one category. But what we do is we also add the number of guesses you have remaining. So I have 4 guesses remaining, plus the 3 for the number of correct titles. If you get it in under 5 minutes, that's another thing we add, you get a point. I'm pretty sure we did that in under 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure we did. And so now we're up to a total of 8 points, right? And then you also get a point. When I used to do my contest, we did it in such a way that if you got it in the forward rainbow or the reverse rainbow, you would get a point. If I ever decided to do a connections tournament again, I might have it in the only in the reverse rainbow, because that's the one that the New York Times gives you the most points for. And it is hard to do. And so therefore you can get a maximum of 10 points. And there you go. 4 for the guesses, 4 for the titles, 1 if it's under 5 minutes, and 1 if it's in our favorite reverse rainbow, which we definitely did not achieve today. So there you have it. So concepts from Seinfeld. That is really cool. I never ever would have been able to have said that from the get-go, and I didn't even manage to get it once we only got down to those 4 words. But that is really funny that they termed all of those. Wow. Shrinkage, that one, I know is a word used in the retail industry. I think it's a term used for when they experience shrinkage. It's like certain products, I think, have been stolen or something, but maybe they used it in a completely different sense. I would be curious to know about that one. Regifting is pretty obvious. And the yada yada. But yeah, and maybe even Festivus, you could just remind me exactly what that is. I mean, I think it's just a general term for the holidays, right? But shrinkage, I would like to know. And there you have it, guys. So pretty cool. That was a very, very fun puzzle. Whoops. And as always, share your results. Let me know how you did. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next round of Connections.